Yeah.
Ready.
Okay,
February, Barry.
everybody up on their feet. We're going to do a little exercise. All right. Okay, I want you to do a little breathing exercise. I want you to breathe in for 8 seconds, hold it for 2. I'm sorry. Breathe in for 5 seconds. Hold it for 2. No, breathe in for take 2. Breathe in, hold it, and exhale twice as long. Okay, so follow me. That is a little breathing exercise, how difficult that I explained it, but that's going to help you relax. You can sit down now for the rest of this presentation. This presentation is about stress. Okay. How to break the worry habit. Some of you may have heard, be familiar with Dale Carnegie. This is going to be a little bit of my take on Dale Carnegie's discussion on how to break the worry habit before it breaks you. Believe that you will succeed, and you will. Now, I don't know what limits you want to put on that. Some of us want to believe that we're better than we are. Some of us want to be more attractive or taller. Maybe you want to be a pro basketball player, but actually I think you're going to have to keep your beliefs within the realm of possibility. Dale Carnegie is a famous public speaker, does some personality development, and wrote some famous books which were actually mentioned in one of our classes this weekend. How to Win Friends and Influence People, sold 10 million copies, and some other famous books here. So some of the points to relieving stress is to stay busy. But my take on this is not so much as to stay busy as long as it doesn't have deliverables. Because you may have schoolwork, you might have work, and you might other have volunteer responsibilities, possibly even a child. Making sure that you're staying busy in an area that doesn't require a deliverable to add additional stress to you. So one of my suggestions was exercise. Things that you just enjoy. Another thing that I find important is to focus on the big picture. For me personally, getting through this program, graduating. I'm not really worried about, rent payments, mortgage payments, making other people happy. I'm mostly focused right now on completing this program successfully. I'm going to put actually work on the back burner. Interesting thing happened the other day. It was a work order sitting in a queue there, and I didn't act on it in a manner that might have been expected by someone else. And as this person explained to me how he felt that I was not following through on my responsibilities, I thought to myself, I'm just here cashing a paycheck right now. I know that may sound a little weird, but for me, the big fish is right here, right now. Gambling. I don't really believe in gambling. In fact, I've had a really bad experience, not myself, but somebody very close to me almost ruined my life, and that's not what I'm saying here. I'm saying exactly what it says. What are the odds of something horrible happening? What is the worst thing that could happen? The law of averages. Some people drive around and they're white-knuckling the steering wheel. Maybe they had an accident, maybe a month or two ago, maybe a year ago. Really, how many accidents do you get in your life? How many times do you get a ticket? It's very infrequently. So you probably should be speeding through life as fast as you can, taking in as much as you can. about what could happen. Let's deal with what is. Yes. Embrace the situation. Listen, things happen. Let's make the most of it. Let's try to manage the situation. Let's try to manage our finances in the best way that we can. For example, your job right now, your finances are fixed, essentially, over time. You might want to pay off a credit card. You might want to buy something. But you're not going to be able to do that under the current circumstances unless you win the lottery or something. So let's just try to be realistic about that and manage the situation. Oh, I had to replace my tires the other day, 4 flat tires or whatever, expensive tires on a truck. Instead of going to the dealer, I decided to shop it around a little bit. Went to Walmart, which is unbelievable. And, you know, I tried to save myself a little bit of money. I knew I had to spend a lot of money, but I saved a little bit. So this is just my little anecdote of how I try to embrace circumstances. How about cutting your losses? I'll give the example here. He talks about stop loss, which is kind of a take on a stop loss order we find in financial markets. Let's say that you purchased the stock and this is 0 and this is, you know, $100 somewhere up to here. And we're anticipating it going up to here. You know, maybe we're going to sell. But we definitely want to protect this full investment here. So we're going to put a stop loss order in. The same thing you do in your everyday life. You're going to try and minimize the damage that someone might cause. Maybe it appeals to you in some way. Leave the past behind. Listen, what's done is done. Let's move forward. Let's recognize and let's learn from that. Really? No worries.
Are you passing any of those out tonight?
That was why the breathing exercise.
That was the hold it in part.
That's right.
All right.
Closing.